Damian, last time I seen you, you got first round stoppage down at Victoria. No, it was Bolton at the Devere, wasn't it? But it's the Whites now, isn't it? The Whites Hotel.
Yeah. Cracking
performance. Totally missed it. I went out to get a new battery, come back in, and you'd already stopped the kid. So
yeah, I was first on as well, so no pressure like.
And then 4 weeks later, you go and do the same thing again.
Yeah, first rounder again. He was tall, 6'8" or something like that. And I'd seen a few of his performances on YouTube and that. He was half decent, but
I said I'd seen him on one of our shows, and at 6'8" being a cruiserweight, you'd expect him to be a bit of a beanpole.
Yeah,
but he's not, though, is he?
Yeah, he's big. He's pretty ripped in that with it as well. You know what I mean, so.
Yeah, I was impressed with the kid. So when I heard that you took him out in the first round, I was a little bit surprised. But it seems to be a common occurrence now, and
yeah, I just need to keep it up now, don't I?
I think your ring name should be "Don't Blink Chambers" because each time I've missed them. So I believe you're going to be a busy boy again in the next few weeks.
Yeah, I've got one coming up in about 8 weeks, 16th of June. That one.
That's one of our shows back at the Devere.
That's one of your shows, and then hopefully, mate, if this one goes alright, I've got another one 6 weeks after on Johnny Roy's show. That's in Bolton again.
And you think that's going to be your first 6 rounder? Is that one?
Yeah, that'll be the first. It's going to be a 4 rounder on the 16th of June, and then we're stepping on to 6 rounds after that.
So if everything goes well, you could be 6-0 in your first season as a pro.
Yeah, I mean, the debut is in October. So we're moving quick, but I'm learning a lot, you know what I mean?
Well, so realistically, you could actually have maybe 7, even a possibility of 8 fights the way you're going.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll just keep fighting, you know. Matt just keeps getting me the fights, I'll just keep fighting. It's one of them.
I think you need to get some rounds in though, mate, because realistically, you know, as we've said before, your amateur experience is very limited, wasn't it?
Yeah,
only 8
fights. 8 fights as an amateur, yeah. But you know, I'm still learning now. Every fight, every spar, every training session. So I've just got to. When we get onto the 6 rounders, especially, I'll be learning a lot. And you know, I could be doing 6 rounders now, and I'll be learning a lot more then, getting the rounds in and that. So yeah, I look forward to it.
Matthew, do you want to just come on for a second here?
Sure, yeah.
Because he's your work in progress, isn't he, mate?
He is, and Damian's like a sponge. You know, he's a good listener. He's a good learner. You only have to tell him something once, and he picks it up straight away. He's had a great start to his professional career. His first couple of his performances pleased me just as much as the last 2, which were first round KO. Just the way he boxed, he was so composed, again against good opponents. And I knew it was only a matter of time before we started seeing his punch power, which is phenomenal, which we've seen in his last couple of fights. Against 2, you know, not knockovers, not bodies, 2 guys that come to fight, come to win. And he's just absolutely wiped the floor with a pair of them inside of a round.
Well, I must admit, when we first mentioned that he was fighting Henshaw, Russ Henshaw, I was a little surprised there, because I think it was his 14th or 15th fight. The guy won his first 6 fights on the bounce, you know. The only guys who'd done what you did to him on that night were quality kids in Kylie and Chamberlain. So, you know, it was like, I certainly weren't expecting that.
I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. That's Mark. No, listen though. Listen.
And then to do the same thing against a kid who I know is a good, durable lad. You know, 6'8", you think he's a beanpole, you think you're breaking him half. Well, you don't. And I also, when you made your debut, I think Aki was talking about that as one of the best debuts of the year. He said you went out there and you boxed to a plan, you stuck to it.
Yeah, that's it.
And looked good doing it.
I was listening to Mark, what he was saying in the corner and stuff, and just stuck to the plan, you know what I mean? I'd not fought in about just over a year before that in the amateur, so but I was ready for it, you know what I mean? But yeah, these last couple of knockouts I've had, it's not like I would plan to get knockouts, you know what I mean? It just come naturally, you know. I don't go out there and think, oh, I'm going to knock these guys out in a minute. Just one of them, just stuck to the game plan and it worked.
But you did knock quite a few out as an amateur, didn't you?
I think it was like 3 stoppages out of the 8.
Yeah, which in the amateur games is a hard thing to do. So you must start doubting yourself a little bit when you've had a couple of fights and you're thinking, when's it going to come? And suddenly 2 on the bounce against guys that realistically you wouldn't have expected that. So I'm looking forward. Do you know if we've got an opponent? You're going to be fighting on our show,
Yes.
like you say, at Bolton on June the 16th.
June the 16th.
We don't know an opponent.
Not yet,
No.
We can't find someone 7 foot. We keep looking, but it's...
He'll find him though.
I was going to
find
say.
someone. Well, it's, you know, everywhere I go now, people talking about Damian. You know, all my friends that are into boxing and all the gyms that I take various lads to, they're all talking about Damian now. I think he's sort of like flying under the radar a little bit, but people around here have seen Damian fight and talking about him now. So people getting really excited about Damian, and I'm one of them.
Well, how do you do that? Because you're not a local boy. You're from Preston originally. Now I know you go and fight up there, so that must be easy when you come to sell tickets there. But how about when you're around this area? Do you get a good fan base? Do they follow you?
Yeah, I mean, I've got a strong fan base in Preston, obviously, because I'm from there. A few in Liverpool and that, and I know a few in Manchester. I mean, my brother works in Manchester as well, so he's got a crowd coming from his work and that. But yeah, just scattered about really, you know what I mean? I've got a family in Liverpool, Preston, Manchester, so like I say, yeah, coming from everywhere.
Yeah, he's got a good following, Damian, and you know, it's difficult sometimes with some of the guys when they don't shift the tickets, getting them on bills, but Damian's a good ticket seller, he's popular, and if he keeps performing like he is doing, that's going to grow for him.
Well, I was going to say, that does help, doesn't it?
Yeah, getting him on shows is not an issue. He performs, he shifts the tickets, he's doing really, really well.
Well, so I was going to say, but people often say, oh, well, you're not going to get many rounds with him, but that's what people want to see. People want to see knockouts. I know it's a sad thing, but people are brutal and they want to see it.
True, mate, but yeah, like you said before, I do need the experience, you know what I mean? So getting these 6 rounders in would be perfect for me.
Well, you're in a weight division now that could be a bit of a glory division in Britain, because we've got some quality kids in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of good up-and-coming cruiserweights at the minute, isn't there?
And just in the northwest, there's some cracking kids. There's Jack Massey, and obviously yourself, Jordan Thompson. You've got the Sam Hyde. There's 2 or 3 kids there that are all future, possibly champions.
Yeah, like you say, there's some good fights to be made, and like I always say to Damian, you don't get paid for overtime, and like you say, the fights soon get tough, Lee. He's going to be, it's not going to be too long before Damian's in championship.
I was going to say, it could be by the end of this year. He could be looking at, realistic, proper 50-50 fights.
Yeah, of course, man, yeah.
And he's getting the rounds in the gym, we're getting him quality sparring, we're going all around the different gyms sparring with him, so he's learning in the gym, while if he can get rid of them early, because it's a tough old game and the fights soon get tough, so keep doing what he's doing.
Alright, well, good luck for June the 16th on our show, where I'll be chatting to you, and then, like you say, 5 weeks out, so could be a very, very, very good year for you this year, mate.
Yeah, man. Can't wait. Look forward to it.
Alright, chaps. Matthew, thanks, mate.
Nice one, Lee.
Good to see you, man.